Let's jump to this story from the Post-Millennial. Protesters block access to Newark ICE detention center, refuse to leave until arrested. I love this. Do you guys want to watch a video of a Democrat member of Congress closed fist punching a federal law enforcement officer?
Let's see it.
I do.
All right. Well, we've got this video, this article here from Gateway Pundit. DHS releases visitation guidelines to shut down Democrat narrative, says members of Congress cannot break the law. They included this video from Homeland Security. Let's roll the tape. Here's in the red. That's a Democrat rep.
She's a congresswoman?
Yeah, it's, what is it, LaMonica McIver? So she's shoving feds, shoving them.
Throwing elbows in
already.
Oh.
Assault with physical contact
Nice.
is a crime with an 8-year maximum penalty. Now watch this. See her fist right here? That was a slam, but there's more. Boom! I wonder who she is. But wait for it. There it is. Watch this. This guy right here, it's going to replay the video. She's right here. Watch this. You see that?
God.
That's a closed fist punch on a federal law enforcement officer.
Just because you're weak doesn't mean it's not a crime.
Look at that. She punched him.
Fact. I hate when women hit men and think it's okay because we're not as strong as them.
So,
Stop.
lock her up.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right to jail.
Wait, the best part about this headline was congressmen have to follow the law. And I'm like, whoa, no way. Thank you for making that clear.
The funny thing is, check out the CNN clip. I want to play the CNN clip for you.
But there's no reason for it. Nothing happened other than the chaos that they created themselves. If anything, we were pushed and shoved and found in a very vulnerable situation for the three of us. But there's no reason.
And McIver actually said, there's no video of any of that.
Of course.
And it's like, are you saying that it happened, but nobody can prove it? Yeah.
God.
So there you go. And now we have this video from today. Take a look at this.
Are they singing? Why do they always sing?
Because they're developmentally disabled.
I just like.
They make buses that go to prison. Just put them all in a bus.
So the attack from Democrats this is last week. It was during a excuse me. They were bringing in it was a prison transport, as a prisoner transport, and so the crazy thing is, on Reddit, these selective posts are incredible. They omit key details from the story, and they say things like, the mayor of Newark was there, and he was talking with feds. Then he was inside asking why he couldn't come on the tour, and they said, because you're not a member of Congress, so he left. Then he was arrested for trespassing. The implication being that he peacefully walked up, talked to them, and peacefully walked away and got arrested, when in fact, he was part of a violent mob storming through the gates, and then they arrested him for breaking into an ICE facility. These people live in a fake reality. They don't watch the videos. They don't actually read the stories. And that's why they believe insane fake things.
It does make me wonder if they're dishonest or just if they're actually uninformed or if they're just dishonest.
I think a lot of them are brainwashed.
The people making the posts are intentionally deceiving. And the run-of-the-mill people, I'm going to say this. This Friday on the Culture War, we've got, I pre-recorded an episode with Adam Conover. And I don't want to, we talked for 2 hours. He did not know Trump never called Nazis fine people.
I didn't know that he did not call them, you're saying?
This?
So he
Like, it was
believed,
taken out of context.
He believed Trump literally said they're very fine people on both sides. And to which I responded, except for the neo-Nazis and white nationalists who should be condemned totally. And he went, Trump said that?
Oh my
And I went, holy crap. I pulled up Snopes right away. His response was, I don't live in your bubble. And I'm like, the news? Trump's speeches? Joe Biden launched a campaign off of this, saying Trump called Nazis fine people. He never did. To this day.
Sued for that.
And we had Tara Palmieri, who was on a couple weeks ago. She also did not know. She genuinely believed Trump did this. And it's a hoax. They're lying in the corporate press, and the activists are lying every single day. They are scumbags. But then you get people like, I think people like Adam, he's not a journalist. He's a comedian. His news is third hand, not even second hand. He's getting news not from the source, but from pundits who are intentionally lying. So you've got the corporate press lying, and they omit and obfuscate things. Then you've got the pundits selectively choosing how to tell the story. And then people like Adam, I'm not trying to be a dick. He was a nice guy. It's a fun show. It was contentious. But then not knowing the truth, no wonder he's upset about these things. He genuinely thinks Trump's a fascist who was calling Nazis good people. Never happened. Same thing with Hassan Piker. I'll say this as often as I can. Hassan was thinking he was making fun of me, going, what do you mean Oprah Garcia is not from Maryland? Like, he's from D.C., of course. He's from Maryland. Yo, Hassan genuinely thought this guy was from Maryland.
Hassan also said America deserved 9/11. Hassan also said Hezbollah are great people. So I don't know how serious I take
Hassan also said there are babies that are settlers.
Yeah,
That's right.
He just hates Jews, let's be honest.
I think he's someone who's disingenuous.
That was wild, dude, when he was like, babies are settlers too. And it's
Wait,
like,
Hassan
yo.
was the first person to make me lose my mind on a Piers Morgan debate. Like, I'm pretty chill and composed, but it was the day that Hamas released a video of Hirsch, the American, in captivity, and I was so sensitive already. He's like, yeah, well, he deserves it, and they don't care about the hostages, and you don't care about the hostages, and I lost it. I was so emotional, and I hate him for getting under my skin like that. But I just realized he's one of genuinely, like, the worst people I know. Like, earlier I was jokingly talking about Myron Gaines. Like, some people are genuinely stupid, and then some people are just evil. And Hassan is one of those people who pretends he knows what he's talking about, but will always choose the side of evil.
He's also stupid.
Indeed.
And stupid. He definitely is stupid.
I'll give you a good example.
But I think he's very malicious.
One of my favorite examples, which look, I hate to bring the guy up and get into it again. I know some people don't care, but let me explain the evil of these, like these whatever you want to call these people, the woke, the cult.
The woke right and left.
Mr. Beast put out a video where he was curing cataracts, or he was giving people cataract surgery to cure blindness, and it was like 10 grand a pop. I thought it was kind of cringe that you've got all these people who a simple surgery can cure their blindness, and only a game show could pay for it. Hassan made a video where he said this, and I said, he's completely right. It is idiocracy, nightmare dystopia, that in order to cure your blindness, an easy, simple procedure to make you see again, only a game show can do it. So I reacted to what he was saying Hassan's completely correct about this. And I pointed out that, you know, at some point in my analysis, I said, the military-industrial complex is bad. They want us involved in every war. They lobby the government to make wars. We haven't declared war since World War II. And then I said, we should not be involved in the war in Ukraine. Hassan responded in a reaction to my video saying, yes, the military-industrial complex is bad. But then when I said that we shouldn't be involved in Ukraine, he laughed and mocked me. My point is, there's no logic or morality behind what he's saying. It is cult-like adherence to what their tribe says. So when they go, the military-industrial complex is bad, what they're actually saying is, we don't like the attacks on certain groups in the Middle East. When I then say, so because of this, we shouldn't be involved in any of these wars, like Ukraine. No, the cult is in favor of the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So it's contradictory. It makes no sense. But they're on the side of whatever the machine state tells them to be on.
It's true.
Yeah, I think these people really believe that ICE is Nazis. I drove through an ICE protest the other day, so I turned up the new Kanye song.
Oh my God.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, the window down. It's a banger.
Well, listen, there are leftists that are, making open threats. If you see anyone playing this song, there was a guy that I retweeted a tweet that he said, anyone playing this song deserves to get the hell beat out of him and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, that didn't work out in 2015, 16, 17, and 18. Didn't make Nazis go away. Why do you think it's going to work now? And of course, he had a bunch of
Wait, what
reasons.
was that headline on his?
We'll get to that one. It is really sad on the Ye thing that he genuinely doesn't Ye is a good example of a guy who thinks he's smarter than everybody, but is not. And I genuinely mean it. He makes good music. He's made a lot of really great music. And because of that, he thinks he's smarter than everybody. What happens? When he encounters a problem, he's got yes men blowing smoke up his ass.
Very true.
In his new song, it's sad. It is a very, very sad song. I know everyone's like, there's a lot of outrage over the lyrics because,
We talk about Hail Hitler?
yeah, and then he's like saying he's a Nazi and he's got people chanting this stuff. And I'm like, bro, listen to what he's saying. He says, they took my kids from me.
As they should.
And all of my fame and all my money, I can't see my children. I can't get my kids back. I can't even
Sounds
see
about
my
right.
children. You know, I half agree, half disagree. He's exemplified through what he's done over the past couple of years why he's not getting access to his kids. If he wasn't so arrogant, it's actually quite simple. A rich and famous person who is being denied access to his kids, like Ye, need only do one thing. Hey, y'all, man, they're telling me I can't see my kids anymore, so I'm going to put out a free concert for you guys outside the courthouse. I want y'all to show up with me, and we're going to sing a song called Let Ye See His Kids. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys come.
I think someone hasn't advised him to take a more diplomatic approach.
Yep.
I'm sure they have.
Nope. I don't think so.
You don't think anyone has?
Nope, because Ye
Like,
surrounds himself with people who are terrified of him because he's Ye and he's super rich. And then he says, man, this is like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to run for president. They go, yeah, you do it. That's right. And they just, this is what happens. This is what happens. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. So, you know, maybe he was advised and he shuts them down. But he writes a song saying they won't let me see my kids, even with all my fame and money. And I'm like, bro, with all that fame and money, you get your kids back.
I see a lot of the people.
Look at Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, besides his first son. But everyone that's ever tried to disagree with Ye has always just been screenshotted and posted on his Instagram and dragged by all of his yes men. So anyone that tries to talk sense into him just immediately gets dismissed if they don't fit his narrative. And I don't know. I don't empathize that much with him not seeing his kids. Like, I never want someone to be in that predicament. But then I hear stories like he has Northwest and he brings Andrew Tate over while he has his daughter in the house, and like Lord knows what they're talking about. And then Kim has to come and pick her up, or he's walking around with his naked wife in front of his 4-year-old son. Like, you can't do that. You're traumatizing.
But he
kids.
should with his naked wife in front, like on red carpets.
But
That's
he
even
should
worse.
be able to see his children. And if they're denying him any access at all, that's wrong in my opinion.
I'm sure there's a reason why. You
The
think maybe he's
Kardashians
not
are
telling
witches.
North,
You
like,
can
oh, your
always
mom's a
you can
whore?
always have supervised access to your own children. But I think
But
you
he
know,
does. He just had North with Andrew Tate like a month ago.
I
right.
don't know if they
Well,
were even in the same space, but
my
in the same space.
my point is I half agree. The dude's making a song saying I can't see my children and they don't know how I'm feeling, so I became the villain. It's like, okay, well, like, you're exemplifying why people don't want to give you have you with your kids. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.